everyone. Welcome to the Beautiful Mind Academy, a tutoring company with the primary goal of elevating your learning with our individualized programs, offering the blend of one-to-one or group sessions tailored just for you. Join me now for a quick glimpse into the world of personalized learning at the Beautiful Mind Academy. If you have any questions or want to learn more about us, please check out our website or call us today. Our contact details are displayed on the screen. For today, I'm actually going to be going through one of the task list items for the Bcba exam, the 5th edition task list, specifically task list A, philosophical underpinnings, where we're going to be talking about A5, the 7 dimensions of ABA. So let's get started. The 7 dimensions of ABA serve as a set of guidelines to evaluate the quality of our work. We should be using these in our practice daily and on an ongoing basis. With the 7 dimensions, they do guide us in designing, implementing, and evaluating behavior change programs. They are not isolated steps, but we have to consider them when we are applying different ABA principles in all of our settings, whether that be clinical settings, school settings, or home settings. One of the dimensions is applied, and I do have some of my students say to assist them in trying to connect the words to their definitions. So some of these can be a little bit tricky. So for applied, I just remember applied as applying socially significant programs every time we are writing new programs or reviewing old programs and making sure that they are socially significant. When I say socially significant, it is for that person, right? And again, because all of our programs are child specific, we want to make sure that it is socially significant for that specific learner. And we do consider cultural and different norms of that family. One example of a socially significant program would be Manding or FCT, functional communication training for our learners. A non-example would be things that we are applying that don't have any relevance to this child, that we wouldn't want to be running as those programs. The next dimension is analytic. Analyzing can be found in that word, so analyzing the data and ensuring that our interventions were what caused that increase or decrease depending on what we are working towards and what we want to see. So when we do talk about analytic, we are making sure that we are applying this during assessment and intervention stages. And we use systematic data collection and analysis to determine the effectiveness of our interventions. Later on, we will be talking about how to analyze behavior patterns and how to make data-driven decisions. But when we are looking at the 7 dimensions, we are only talking about analyzing the data and making sure that we are looking for what's causing this change in behavior. And if something's not working, making sure that we stop and try something different. Another dimension is behavioral. And in this, we can look at behavior. So we are targeting behaviors that are observable and measurable. And I made a quick note that we're not just talking about challenging behaviors, we're talking about behavior in general. And one of the other sections on the task list is knowing what's considered behavior and what's considered not. Because this is just a glimpse into our session, we won't go over what that is, and we can save that for another video. But for the sole purpose of talking about the 7 dimensions, we are talking about behavior that is observable and measurable. And again, not just challenging behaviors, but behaviors that we see on a daily basis.